could dance to the music if you want. It's gonna come in post.
I can't do mine. I can't.
See, I am one of the best. There it is. I told my wife I'm one of the best sit-down dancers ever. Like, as long as I'm not standing up, I think I can do the whole, the neck thing and the shoulders, the hand pumps. I'm good with. It's just from the hips down. Yeah.
The sprinkler, baby.
Yeah. Which looks good from top up. Like, I'm just not
Right.
good at dancing from the waist down.
I'm with you. I
It's
just do the head nod.
Yeah. Dude, oh, man. When I worked at, one of the first jobs I ever worked at, this pizza place called Mazio's Pizza in, Northwest Oklahoma City. There was, the couple of black dudes that worked in there with me, and I was always the dishwasher. One of them was, like, make table, one was a cut table. Cool ass dudes, man, fun as shit to be working on shift with, 'cause, they would always play the hip hop music. Everyone
Yeah.
else there was, like, this older dude that only played, like, the Colt, and he would, like, sweat over the pizza. It was disgusting. But, these dudes would play, just all fucking this is how I learned about pretty much R&B. And,
What time frame is this? Like what years?
uh, the mid to mid-90s.
Okay.
So I
I'm
was,
just
like,
trying to get an
16,
idea of
17, yeah.
which
Mid
hip
to
hop version.
yeah, mid to late '90s when it was
Okay.
good, when shit was starting to heating up.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. And, they told me, they were like, "This is the only thing you can do." And they taught me how to fucking I got really good at finding a beat like this. But what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of R&R Studios podcast. KJ, man, you've been one of my best friends and my former boss, and I appreciate you coming on this podcast for what is probably the fifth or sixth time.
Yeah.
And so thank you so
I
very
feel like
much.
I feel like I need a jacket, I'm like a fifth time attendee.
Green jacket, gold jacket, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. It's always good times seeing you. I wish it was in person, but we got a lot of good times behind us.
One day.
Bro, we could talk probably for hours on podcasts, about our experience and our time together.
And we have, and we're gonna continue to do so. Dude, this is the second podcast in 2 days, so I appreciate that, and this is an early afternoon podcast because you had an appointment, and that kind of registered something with me. I had recently had my annual, VA appointment,
Yeah.
and, the wife thought I was fucking crazy because I go in there and, just it's a week after they you go in and do labs a week before, and then you go in and see your fucking doctor a week after.
Right.
And they just talk to you about what's elevated and what's normal. My shit was fucking spectacular, of course, except for my liver enzymes, just a little bit. This is how he did it. He's like, "A little bit elevated." That was his yeah, "A little bit elevated." That to me, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want a doctor,
Uh,
yeah. But, um, so this whole fucking thing happens, and they schedule me for another appointment a year later, and I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm waiting for for them to come in and discharge me,
mm,
and the nurse comes back in, and she asks for my birth date again, and I give her my birth date, and she's like, "Oh, you're 45." Now, mind you, this nurse she is a dependent of somebody who served in England a long time ago. Like, she
yeah.
had a Cockney fucking accent, like, but she'd been in America long enough. It's weird, like, weird fucking accent. I say that because when she asked me my birth date again, she presented me with this envelope. Here.
Oh yeah. I know that
Yeah.
in
You know that envelope.
I do. I
Oh,
just did.
oh, You are 45 years old, sir.
Yeah, yeah, because
Uh,
they changed it. It used to be like 55 or now it's they moved it down to like 45 to get checked regularly,
right,
right?
okay, I had no idea, like, this was gonna we'd never discussed anything like this in the entire appointment, the doctor never brought it up. It's at the very end after they have me sitting there waiting for 15 minutes. So now, like, as soon as she brings this up, she's like, "This is for your stool." I was like, "Wait, what?" 'Cause I'm, like, thinking, like, "Why the fuck are you like, I know what it is, but why the
Yeah,
fuck are you presenting this to me?" Was there something that wasn't discussed with the doctor that
yeah.
he sent you in with this? Now, like, should I be worried about all this is going through my head like that.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
And it turns out it's just because I'm 45 and, oh, the wife had no like, I mean, I love her to death, but I'm trying to tell her and she's a nurse, so she's like, "Yeah, you're 45. That's, like, regular." And I was like, "But we didn't discuss it," you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the
It
fault
scared the
of
shit out of me, dude.
I think that's the fault of your primary care team because, like, I think when I went in for my annual exam, because 'cause I'm a little bit older than you,
Yeah,
and normally I think the age was 50. Like, at 50, you can that's when they started, doing the streaming or
yeah.
the testing, and for those that don't know, it's basically, you poop in the toilet, you grab a sample, and
Hold
you
on.
mail it back to them.
Hold on, there's it's you don't poop in the toilet, they have you, like, Saran wrap your own toilet, so you have to shit on this sheet.
Yeah,
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 yeah, it
yeah, yeah.
hangs.
Yeah, so it's like a floating piece of toilet paper, and then you gotta scoop it's like playing, Sink the Torpedo or something, you know?
You gotta be quick because it's going down.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I haven't had a solid enough shit worthy enough to put in the net into the toilet. Are you fucking kidding me? And,
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's why this thing is still my appointment was 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't
yeah,
shit
but
thing.
see, my team was really good about saying, "Hey, okay, well, you're at that age, like, now the policies have changed where, they recommend it doing at 45, and you're already at that past that age, so we're gonna give you this uh, what do they call it? The fit test, the fecal something tests or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
So I mean, it's real convenient. It's non-intrusive. You
Yeah,
do it yourself.
it's like that
So
commercial where the little box talks to you, and it's like the
that's right. Honey, I'm just going out on the porch.
yeah. God, how much more does it suck to be a postal worker? Now you're handling people's fucking shit in
Well,
envelopes.
see, that's one thing I feel guilty. So whenever I do my sample, I don't send it through the mail. I don't want anybody. I mean, come on. So I take it
Right.
to the lab. I drop it off at the lab. It's
Oh,
only
yeah.
once a year and it's the VA hospital is on my way to work, so it's not an inconvenience to drop it off, but
I
I'm not I don't
I can
the
see you driving with your hazards on. I got biohazard
well, the wife works for the post office, so I can have a
here.
little bit of empathy for postal workers.
Right?
So
Like, that's
and I
so
I don't
difficult.
I don't I just don't want them handling my stuff. I mean, they got enough to deal with dogs and stuff and on their routes and everything and people jacking their stuff and oh man. So I just drop my stuff off at the lab at the VA. So I say, here's my sample. I'm just turning it in. Because it's all packaged up anyway. So it's not like it's open, for people that don't know or haven't done it yet.
Right? Like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's a way I know I'm regular enough that I could schedule an appointment and be like, "Alright, I don't know, I gotta be." That means shit, that means I would have to be there within 30 minutes after waking up. So, I don't know if I can make it.
You might want to just check in the night before.
Right? Like a sleep test.
Yeah, yeah, you could
Yeah, what I would do that.
knock them both out at once,
Yeah,
do the
I would
quick
just
test and then
but all I would wanna do is, like, I wake up, go in there, use the bathroom into the little net or however thing they wanna set it up, and then I just fucking walk out. Like, I go to another toilet, wipe, bidet, whatever they offer, fucking great, and then I wanna walk out. I don't wanna make eye contact with anyone, and then they hire somebody to go in there and
yeah.
do all the fucking I mean, as a veteran, I think we deserve that.
Have you been to the lab? Not to extend
The
this
poop lab?
portion of the segment, but have you been to the lab at the VA recently?
At the clinic, not at
Okay.
the local hospital. The
Oh, okay.
hospital's in Columbia. The
Okay.
clinic is here in town, but we have a nice new
Okay.
clinic.
Mm.
Why? What's going on?
Well, they changed the whole process, and I'm not sure if it has to do with like the change of administration and cutting jobs and stuff like that. But like I used to be able to go in, like check in right as I walk in, and then probably within 10 minutes they would call me back to do draw blood and get tell me to do a urinalysis or pee in the cup.
Yep.
And now, like, I went this last time for this to do two for my annual as well, and it was like, I mean, it was 45 minutes and they hadn't even called me to come even to the desk.
45 minutes after you're scheduled?
No, well,
Mm.
it was a walk-in. It wasn't an appointment per
Oh,
se, but
oh,
it was a
okay.
walk-in. 'Cause the walk-ins generally were easy and fast, but now it's like it took an hour, almost an hour, and I had to leave because I had to go to work. Then I tried to do it again, but eventually I just went when it opened, right in the morning, like at 6 a.m. So I was like first in line, and then it didn't take that long when I was the first in line, but, I had to
Yeah,
be there at
the
6, If you're it seems like if you're not there at 6, then you're gonna be there for at least an hour, so
yeah,
which
that's
is
fucking DMV, dude. Yeah,
it is, it's
if you're not
exactly
first, you're
like the
last.
DMV. 'Cause first of all, you don't even check in with the desk anymore. You check in, they have a system that you just, like, touch. It's a touch check-in, right?
Yeah, the little touch screen you that scans
Yeah,
your
yeah, and
VA
you
card.
slide your
Yep.
card, and then they say, "Okay, here's your number." And then you get a number just like the DMV, it's like
Mm,
K237. Now
mm.
go to station 8. Be like, "I'm
Uh
250, man. What the hell?"
And there's like 3 s yeah, there's like have you seen the ones where there's like 3 different sets of numbers? It'd be like K28 and then there'd be like
Yeah.
B7 and
Yeah, I'm
then
always wondering
yeah, you're like, "What
what are
is it?"
they in there for?
They have 3 different types of people that they're catering
Yeah,
to, but
I think some is blood drawn and some is must be doing some other kind of testing,
mhm,
which is why they
or
just changed it.
yeah. Dude, yeah, I
Or
don't know,
may
man.
maybe a different group, like a different service group too. You know what I mean? Like some
I
take
just
priority.
I think if they want the VA to catch up, they would just need to stop sending us to all these goddamn wars, and then, just if there's less injured personnel, then the VA can catch up and then just go fucking,
Yeah,
give us
yeah,
100 years. I think it'd take about 100 years for the VA to
yeah.
catch Dude,
It would be a while.
okay, let's get right into our topics now that we're done talking about the poo and the VA and whatnot, but KJ, you live in LA, and I've always wanted to ask you because I've always been fascinated with people who like live in New York and LA because famous people are just around everywhere.
Mhm.
Is there somebody that was like that you've seen just walking around town that caught your eye that was like super famous, like a movie star or maybe a musician, like that you saw just moseying around or having lunch? Like who's the most
Okay.
famous person?
Well, I mean, I live in Long Beach, so it's about 20 minutes south of LA, and normally I
So
try to
you're right in
avoid
the shit, dude. You're right in the shit.
I try to avoid LA as much as possible unless I'm, going to the airport or, taking my daughter somewhere. They got a couple, but UCLA's there, so we've been to a couple games at UCLA and USC campuses. But so I don't really go like sightseeing just because, you know, shit.
Yeah, it's a I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen the movies, I've heard all the rumors, like,
but
you know,
it's,
like a 20-minute drive in LA is like a 2 miles away
yeah,
kind of thing,
exactly,
you
yeah,
know?
so it's like 15 minutes or 15 miles away, but it's like a 45-minute drive, with
Yeah,
traffic, which is unbelievable. I mean,
see,
they
I
got
would
they got
lose
6
my
lanes of highway and
fucking
it's
mind.
still backed up, even like at 10, 11 at night, it's just insane. And then you got the car chases, which happen weekly, which are exciting.
Yeah.
That's our excitement. Wow, there's another
Th
car chase.
they're the only ones getting anywhere,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
But, I haven't I haven't really been spent a lot of time downtown, like sightseeing and stuff like that, since I've been here the last 10 years, unbelievably. But I did see one famous person from LA, but not in LA. So, as you may know, my daughters were in volleyball and stuff like that. So we had a tournament in Las Vegas,
Noise.
and one of the persons, you would not believe the connection that pro athletes have with their volleyball and just in itself, because I've seen so many like famous people or people that I've heard of that, their children are, famous athletes and now
Dude,
they're watching their
um,
child play volleyball. But I saw Kobe Bryant. I saw Kobe Bryant. Yeah.
dude,
It was pretty amazing because
his daughter played volleyball and
he
basketball?
did. He actually created a volleyball club team here. It's called Mamba, after his nickname.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Now it wasn't in Long Beach or LA. It was kind of south in a little bit more um rich district because him and his wife, had the money, but
Well,
he
yeah,
was
I mean,
he man, from
live
what I
by the
understand.
dollar, die by the dollar.
Yeah, so he created this
No
club team
offense.
for his daughter, and, she was playing, and she was, athletic. She was good, and, he had
Yeah,
just come to watch her, and it was so cool because it wasn't Kobe Bryant, the NBA player, man.
with
It was
Kobe
Kobe
Bryant.
Bryant, the dad, what I mean, watching his daughter, and, I mean, that if that don't pull your heartstrings, I don't know what
Dude,
does, man.
that's
So
that's fucking amazing, dude. Because not a lot of people have those stories, like, when people talk about Kobe Bryant, it's usually 3 things. It's either, that, him being super clutch and the one of the greatest basketball players ever. That thing that happened in Colorado with that one
yeah,
chick, uh,
yeah,
and, the fog incident with the
yeah,
helicopter. So, yeah, dude, just I've always thought that I think if the NBA just scrapped the WNBA and they put that kind of money into women's volleyball. Like, I know there's a women's professional volleyball, but there's no marketing behind it. There's no advertising behind it. And if they had the backing of something like the NBA, I think it would be a more watched sport. I mean, because not to sexualize it, but, when, like, the Summer Olympics come around and the beach volleyball thing, that's usually one of the bigger sports kinda thing, but also, like, if you've ever watched volleyball and seen, like, a volley, like, motherfuckers just sprinting and diving and shit, like, it's an
yeah,
exciting game. It's a hell of a lot more exciting than watching missed layups and, bad jump shots. So, I don't know. That's just my
yeah.
view on it. So,
I mean, I totally
I don't
agree,
know.
and I think the sport in itself is growing, which is good, for, my kids and kids that wanna pursue that as an avenue,
Right.
and now they do have pro leagues, they're not NBA or NFL stature, but there are pro leagues in the US where they can get paid to play, which is good. But a lot of the kids go overseas because it's more money,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's tends to be a little bit more competitive. So they get more experience. They'll go overseas for a couple years and then try to come back to the States to play for one of these US leagues.
Yeah, depending on where you go overseas, it's life or death.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're like in the Philippines and stuff like that. I mean, they take their stuff like seriously. I mean, just like like Mexico tends to take their football or
Yeah.
soccer
Yeah.
seriously.
People fucking dying in
Philippines take their volleyball very seriously. Like, yeah, yeah. If you got if you got a point on me, we're gonna meet at the parking lot. I'll see you there. So, uh,
Dude, that's crazy. So Kobe Bryant, man, I think I've never I've never really come across anyone famous just in, here and there kind of things. I've always just had to go. I knew who I was going to visit, except for maybe one time. I was at a National Catholic Youth Conference in uh, St. Paul, Minnesota. It was one of the Twin Cities.
uh-huh.
And, we were trying to lead, and this is a national Catholic youth conference, so this is the entire nation of, like, Catholic fucking churches, like, coming together. Pretty much, it's just, we just finger bang girls and shit. Kind of, but you're
Right.
supposed to go to these, classes and learn about Jesus and whatever. Anyway, uh, it's whatever happens when you get a
Yeah,
bunch
that
of
guy,
teenage
that guy's
you
Jesus,
you
by the way.
you put an entire fucking nation's worth of, like, uh, fucking high school kids together. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, come on. So,
seriously.
yeah. So, we're it's the last night in this conference, and we're trying to leave the hotel. I guess the Vikings had a game or some shit like that, but then there you couldn't get out of the fucking hotel unless you wanted to take the stairs because
Mhm.
all the fucking elevators were full. Every time you would sit there and wait, nothing would open. Well, we found a service elevator. So me, a couple of buddies, we go over and this fucking service elevator opens and it's like one of those ones that goes, top, bottom kind of thing. So you can load in fucking baskets of laundry. And we get in it and I think it goes up and then it opens up the fucking doors, and, like, 3 of the biggest motherfuckers I have ever seen in my entire life get in. And mind you, I'm a small kid anyway. This is 1998, so I'm still 5'7". I'm maybe 135 pounds, but these dudes were giants. One in particular. Mind you, I'm on the elevator with a couple other people from the conference, and we go down, it opens up, we go out, we go one way, they go the other way. And one of the dudes turns like, "Holy shit, that was fucking Randall McDaniel from the Minnesota Vikings."
Wow.
Yeah,
He
fu
was like a defensive end, right? Or he's on the defense, right?
yeah, yeah, defense, or was it O lineman? I forget, but he was a lineman
Yeah.
and one of the largest motherfuckers that, oh, I had no idea, but I just was like, "I don't wanna say anything, I'm scared as fuck."
Yeah.
I don't know who the
Yeah.
fuck these people
What
are.
can you say?
Yeah. I just need to go find a bus. Jesus Christ calls me to this bus, sir. But, yeah, dude, I was like, "Holy shit." I was like, "Who the fuck is Randall Mc" I'm a Chicago Bears fan, I didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
I was 98, I was more interested in women than I was in football. But, this kid knew who we were on the elevator with, so that is probably the most famous person I've ever just stumbled across, and yeah,
Well,
coolness.
you're
Yours
pretty
is
you're
way
pretty
better.
famous too. You were on TV, you little
I'm on TV
rebel.
because YouTube has a YouTube channel.
No, no, no. I mean, you made it to national television. So you're
Oh.
in itself, you're a superstar. So
Oh, are you talking about that Fox and Friends
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was so
I
cool, man. I was like, "Man, I know him. I know him. I know him. I know him."
you actually watched it?
Yeah, of course, man.
I can't even find it anymore. All
I
I re
don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if I found it later on, but I remember watching it because I think you were saying something about, yeah, I'm going to be on Fox. the next
Fox and
day.
Friends. I was on Fox
Yeah,
and Friends.
for, like, veteran stuff, and I was like, "Oh, man, I gotta
Yeah.
watch it." So I was like it's
They
like, "Man,
they
I know that guy, I know that guy."
they fucking sent a fucking car. They sent a driver and a car down to me in Colorado Springs and picked me up. Fox did. And
Wow.
I was drinking screwdrivers in the back of this car going up to Denver.
You're kidding me.
No, dude. No. This is all Fox. I get up there, I get to the hotel, and, the driver drops me off, and I go to check in, and the guy who I'm actually there for, his name was Bob Johnson. He started a nonprofit organization called Operation Vacation, and it was for veterans who were, returning from Iraq and Afghanistan. It was, like, all expenses paid, trip to Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and, we were out of Fort Carson, so, he was just doing this stuff. I was a recipient
Right.
of one of those weekends, actually got me in People Magazine because of it too. And,
Whoosh.
yeah, 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 June 2007 issue, just saying.
Oh, man.
It's out there. But, yeah, I may I may be the most famous celebrity you've ever stumbled
You
across.
goddamn right.
Yeah,
You are now.
It's Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant and me.
Yeah, I mean, come on. All he did was play the shoot off basket. You're on TV and the
Yeah,
cover.
he was good at basketball. I was good.
Yeah. The one thing I was impressed with, he was Catholic too. He
Yeah.
grew up Catholic because he's grew up in Italy. So he had a big Catholic presence, in his family. So they would go to church every Sunday. And that's when the accident happened. They were leaving church trying to go to a tournament and that tragedy happened. So but he could speak. It was funny because he would be overseas or I don't know where he would be, like playing a game, and they'd have Italian reporters talk to him, in Italian. And he spoke like 3 languages. He spoke like English, Italian, and maybe French or something. But I mean, dude was sharp. He was sharp. I mean, he's not perfect. Not many
Nobody
people
is.
are, but I mean, I really admired him just for his, you know, that Mamba mentality is, one of the things I would say he would be second best in my book as far as NBA greats after, Michael.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he had his vices too.
He's
Yep.
still got 'em.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, still got 'em.
Even though it cost him his father's life. Oh,
I know.
allegedly. Allegedly.
Right.
Alright, let's move on, let's move on. Speaking of, supernatural, I wanted to ask you a question because I know you're or were big into the stars and astrology and that kind of thing. Um, do you believe in aliens?
Well, I think there needs to be a distinction. So, I mean, one is there alien life, and then two, is there intelligent alien life? So, you know, I think alien life is already prominent in our solar system. It might be like microscopic, organisms or something like that. But as far as intelligent the beings, I don't think there's any in our particular solar system, maybe not even in our galaxy, but um, I think it's part of the human hubris to think that we're the only people like this in the whole freaking galaxy. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, really?
It's a very American way of thinking, like, we
Oh,
are the center of
well,
the fucking
not just
universe.
American, but I mean, I think it's human. It's human nature to think
Yeah,
we're
and
the center
nobody
of the
does
universe.
human better than Americans. Just saying.
Yeah, we've kind of
We're good
did
at
it
being
to the
human.
best. That's for sure. But so I would say yes.
With our
I
dicks
mean
and
I
babies.
believe it. Of course I don't have any proof. If I had proof, we wouldn't be on this podcast, man. We'd be millionaires. But yeah, um, yeah, I definitely think it's more possible or more likely than not.
Okay, so, the UFOs or whatever the fuck they're calling them now, all that stuff, I mean, it's to the point where it's actually happening. What do you think that is?
Well, I think some of it's I just because it can't be explained doesn't mean it's an alien. So, I mean, I mean, there are certain explanations, and sometimes the film doesn't depict what the object is, clearly. So it could have been a plane, it could have been anything. But I kind of rely on science in this aspect. So if you need really, like just like the refs, you need irrefutable evidence to overturn the call, right? So
We need sea pylons to catch any kind of movement that's going on anywhere and record it, like in
yeah,
the end zone. Yeah.
yeah.
But
So I mean, I think some of it's legitimate, but I think some of it's just people not understanding what they're looking at too. Because I've seen people, you know, one of the brightest stars in the sky is Sirius, or excuse me, Venus, or
is
one
that
of
the
the
one that's still there in the morning?
yeah, yeah. So they call it the
That
morning star and evening
that
star because
bitch.
it's always
Yeah.
depending on what time of year it's going to be in the morning or in the evening. But it looks like a star, but it's not because it's so bright, and the way you can tell the difference between stars and planets is when you look at a planet light, light coming from the planet, it doesn't blink. And that's a technical term for physicists. So if you see it blinking, that means it's far away because the air between now, your eyes and seeing it is being, diffused by the any kind of
Time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're
And
seeing
then
pretty much a time wave.
Venus is so close that that doesn't become a factor. So it's like a steady beam of light. So anytime you see a steady beam of light, it's most likely a planet rather than a actual star.
Or Superman fucking you up.
It could be
Yeah.
Superman.
Superman
Superman is very fast.
Yep, and a steady beam of light comes out of his eye. I look, I'm a firm not firm believer, but one of the conspiracy theories that I like to entertain is, the one that like, if you look at billionaires right now and how they're digging in and building these so-called oh, the dogs are going nuts, like, underground layers or whatnot, is that, like, whatever is these unidentified flying objects or whatever that are coming out of the water is just us from many centuries ago, from people who did the same thing and then evolved, and now they're coming
Well,
out to see like, "Oh, chicken Vic, how the fuck far along are they?" It's one of my
yeah.
favorite conspiracy theories.
Well, I be honest, I don't know if it's so much a conspiracy theory, really, because I think it's plausible. you know,
Right?
I think that's and the fact that we just don't know. Um,
Because think about it, like, human history written human history only goes back so long. And then before that, it's fucking like dinosaurs, fossils, or some other shit that they just dug up. And, like, okay, what there could have been whatever happened way before that. And I don't want to get too far into it because I mean, people talk about we can tell how old the earth is because it's like a fucking tree. You just dig deep enough and you can tell the layers or whatnot. But maybe I mean, I think there was something written that, like, there have been, like, already 7 catastrophic Earth events, within its lifetime, so who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I like to think that there was, like, a super evolved civilization, and then it just fucking ended itself, and then millions of
well,
years later
I think one of the most prominent theories now is that aliens actually came down to help us um like create stuff, like the pyramids and Machu Picchu, or what is it, Machu Picchu?
Machu Picchu. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I mean, like
Stargates and shit like
yeah,
that.
like all these wonders of the world, from what I hear from experts is like we didn't it's physically impossible to do the pyramids based on what they had or what they know of they had at the time. But yet the pyramids are here.
Yeah.
So they're thinking that some of these aliens came in and either helped out or kind of provided some guidance to the humans at the time to kind of build this. And I think one of the things too about it is, um, they're kind of, you know, they're trying to wonder why the aliens were helping us. It's almost like that Twilight Zone episode. It's like it's it's a cookbook. So it's like, were they helping us to really help us, or were they really helping us to
To
so they can
farm
get a
us.
bigger meal? So,
I don't know, man. We could just be
it's
cattle, and then when we die, that's our energy based on I don't know, it just goes to feed some fucking bigger energy. I don't know.
I think in the next 25 to 50 years, we should have more
Dude,
evidence and
we are
more, technology to kind of figure this out because
we are moving so fast, like, so fucking fast. Like, look how far, like, it took to go from, like, the dark ages or whatever to the industrial revolution to where we are now. I mean, within the past 25 years of us,
yeah.
how far we've come. Our generation going from analog, you know, to dial up to now, fucking shit we don't even understand. I don't understand anyway because 'cause I'm too dumb, but I know that whatever technology we're getting, all this bullshit, whoever is giving it to us is already 10 years ahead of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you know Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's kind
I'm
of
aware of them.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
famous astrophysicist, and he heads the Hayden Planetarium in New York City, but he does talks, around the world about, physics and astronomy and the planets and everything. And one thing he said that kind of resonated with me is he's like, imagine the human species is only one chromosome different from a chimpanzee, right? So we have like 32 and they have 31 chromosomes. Now imagine a being having
Who it who is
33. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
think
you
how
could
much more we look at things introspectively and
you could probably fly.
and analyze it. When you put it in that perspective, it's like,
Y
oh my gosh,
yeah,
humans aren't shit.
you could probably float, like, you can, like, I don't know, this is just me basically thinking, like, that one small step between ape and man, like, look, like you said, dude, that's fucking crazy because,
Yeah.
an ape can learn how to use tools, basic tools, that kind of thing, and learn sign language. We can build airplanes, like, we can fucking send shit into the
Yeah.
atmosphere, and
So imagine
that's
what the next
one
level.
yeah.
That's crazy to me. I mean, that's like mind
Dude,
blown, right?
we need to move on before I fucking shit my pants. Alright,
I love this next one.
this is a fun topic I wanted to bring up. Oh, man, I gotta put on my readers that my beautiful wife got me
That's
because
all
she
right. I
real
got should have mine
dude,
somewhere.
she realized at first because I would sit there, we'd be watching shows, she found that I would look at my phone like this. She's like, "You need your readers." I'm like, "No, I don't, I'm just drunk." Turns
Wow.
out turns out even when I'm sober, I'm still looking at my phone like this, so, um, in 1989, the Soviet Union loved Pepsi, but didn't have any US dollars to pay for it. The ruble was worthless internationally because I mean, I don't know if you remember 1989, but A lot of things happened around that time in the
Mhm.
USSR.
Cool.
Um, yeah. So they proposed a trade ships for it says soda here, but I'm gonna call it pop because
Ooh.
you
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to
because
yeah.
that's because you're from Chicago. I called it pop growing up too, but
Yeah.
then when I got to the South, it was in soda.
Dude, it still just doesn't feel like I haven't lived in Chicago since I was 6 years old, but I still cannot call it anything but pop. If I call it I'll call it by its name, like, "Oh, I want a Mountain Dew, I want a fucking Coke,"
Yeah.
or, whatever, but I can't dude, I can't call it soda just sounds it's like, if I wanna, like, get, like, a gin and tonic and soda water or whatever the fuck, then I say soda, I think soda, is one of those things that, like, the old, comedians used to spray in each other's face.
Well, yeah,
Soda
I think that's how it originated. It was
Yes.
originally from the soda fountain. So
Yeah.
that's how they got it. That's why they
It
called
tastes
it soda, but it was cola. So at the same time, depending on what it's kind of interesting. I'm
yeah,
sorry to digress, but the regions how they pick up certain terms and use it for
right?
the same thing.
Dude, when I moved to Oklahoma, it got weird as shit because they would say, like, you would hear this in a restaurant, like, "What would you like to drink?" "I would like a Coke." "Okay, what kind?" "Dr. Pepper." That would be a real fucking conversation, and
Wow,
it still happens in
that's
Oklahoma to this
interesting.
day. Yeah,
Good to
because
know.
Coke is
Like
pop.
a yeah, yeah. It's
Coke
just a
is
general
soda.
term for yeah.
Yeah, in Oklahoma, it's fucking crazy. So anyway, back to Pepsi. So, they proposed the trade, ships for pop. The USSR transferred 17 submarines, a cruiser, a frigate, and a destroyer to Pepsi Company in exchange for $3 billion worth of pop. For a few days before selling the ships for scrap metal, the CEO of Pepsi technically commanded the sixth largest naval fleet in the world.
Now, what year was that? You said
1989.
that is insanely crazy
Yes.
because I'm not sure if you did this intentionally, but Pepsi originated from a guy named Caleb Bradham. He was born in North Carolina, raised in North Carolina, and guess what? He's a Tar Heel.
Get
He
the
was
fuck hell yeah.
yeah. So he's the one that came up, and originally it was called Brad's Drink. You know, real creative there, Brad.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Oh, that was good. That was good. No, that was a good one. So he came up with a drink because he was like a pharmacist or something like that,
Yeah.
and he came up with and basically he was trying to uh, create a drink to help people soothe their stomach. So one of the symptoms of like stomach ache and stuff like that is called dyspepsia. Dyspepsia. And then it
Like,
was also made with they made the cola nut added to it. So he kind of put those together, dyspepsia and cola nut, and put it as Pepsi Cola.
and
And you're
also,
not
Pepcid AC, it's a stomach thing.
well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
no, 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 no. That, I mean, it's along the same lines. And the crazy thing is that Brad was in the Naval Reserve for like 25 years. And
Fucking
he
Brad.
also, yeah, he commanded like a ship, I think from looks like it's from 1904 to 1913 or so, and retired Admiral General. So, I mean, it's kind of funny that it kind of came up full circle, right? Like another
Right.
episode of the Navy came into play. And so maybe it was a family thing, maybe it's related, but I just thought I would let you know about
Maybe
that because I thought that
maybe
was intentional. I don't know if it was unintentional or intentional, but
no,
yeah,
it was
Tar Heel that came up
unintentional.
with the Pepsi.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, dude. That's the reason why, like, I sent you the topics because I know you do a little bit you're a researcher, you're a smarter man.
Yeah, when you said
Yeah.
Pepsi, I'm like, "Oh, it's true. I got
Yeah.
something for that. I got something for him."
Oh, man, he could have been just a commie. The bird just
That's true. I have to read further to see what
No, no, I like Pepsi Cola, dude, but
Yeah.
I can't believe I just called it Pepsi Cola. When was the last time anyone called it Pepsi Cola? Well,
Uh-huh.
dude, I like Pepsi was always the more sugary drink, but
Yeah.
goddamn Coke always had the better marketing. I mean,
Uh,
they're the
yeah.
ones who made fucking Santa red.
Mhm. Coke
Like,
is it, man.
that's
Coke is
fucking
it.
and there you go, that's one of their fucking things.
Yeah.
Speaking on a Coke product, I believe this is a Coke product. Is Sprite a Coke product?
Uh, no, that's a good question.
Well,
I think it is.
I'm about to fucking learn you on some Sprite. Researchers in China, so we should believe it because they create some of the best research there. Tested dozens of drinks and found Sprite boosted the enzyme that clears hexadenaldehyde faster than most. Its fizz does more than refresh. It gives the liver a small metabolic push towards recovery. So here's the caption. Speed can actually speed or sorry, that's speed. Sprite can actually speed up hangover recovery. Researchers found it helps break down that one word I said earlier, the toxic compound behind those pounding headaches and waves of nausea. In a small but surprising twist, the simple drink doesn't just refresh you, it helps clear your body of alcohol more quickly.
Well, I guess mama was right. When I was sick, drink some Sprite and some crackers and just sit on the couch and watch Price is Right, and you'll be better.
Dude, we got saltines and 7 Up.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what we got too.
I
Well,
think 7 Up was
7 Up and Sprite are interchangeable too, just
I think
so
s I think 7 Up was the cheaper one, wasn't it?
it probably was. I know we had
'Cause
7 Up. I know we
yeah,
had 7
we had 7 Up too, and I was the youngest of 9 kids,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
and
Now
we did
7 Up is
powdered milk too, so I'm sure we weren't spending money on fucking
yeah,
Sprite. We're not s
yeah,
mine's not
yeah,
spending money because the
yeah,
goddamn bottle has butts in it, you know?
right. Although it was pretty cool. It
It
was
was
pretty cool.
super cool, yeah. But yeah, dude, that makes perfect sense, that fucking and I don't know about you, but we were never allowed to drink it cold. We had to drink it warm.
Yeah, it was room temperature. It's room
Yeah.
temperature. Yeah, yeah. I was never out of the
Well,
fridge or freezer or anything like that, so
that doesn't say that anywhere in that one meme I just pulled up.
well,
It doesn't say
I
that it
think
has to
that
be
that may have been, a mama's trick, because, um, it may get absorbed faster as a room temperature as
like
opposed to being
water.
cold. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if pop works the same way because it's different chemical compounds, but maybe they just didn't want you to like it, and they just knew that
Yeah, yeah.
this
So you
shit
keep
costs
asking for
money.
it, right? "Can I
"Mommy,
get some
my
more
tummy
Sprite?
hurts.
Can I get some more s" "No."
My
Oh,
tummy hurts. Can I get some more Sprite?" Or 7 Up.
oh,
And
wow.
then 7 Up went and put cherries in the motherfucker and just
Yeah,
came out
that
of it.
didn't go over
Goddamn.
well.
Oh, those crazy sons of bitches. Alright, let's move on. Dude, I wanna talk to you about this guy. Check this out. I wanna figure out what you would do in this situation.
Okay.
This guy, his name was, John Darwin, and in 2002, heavily in debt, staged his own death in a canoe accident. He then hid in a secret flat adjoining his family home while his wife claimed his life insurance. Their scheme collapsed 5 years later when a photo emerged of them in Panama, disproving his amnesia claim. The sensational Canoe Man fraud led to prison sentences for both. It if you were heavily in debt, well, I mean, how what's the number for you to be that so far in debt that you would fake your own death?
I
Yes,
don't
there is
think
a
there's
number.
I don't think there's a specific number. I think a lot of these people that are successful, you know what I mean, have a certain level of life that they're living, and all of a sudden they're trying to, just like poor people or middle class people, sometimes their expenses outweigh their income, and they're trying to put on this front, and they feel that pressure from their own circle of friends or family or whatever to keep this up, and they feel they have no other choice. And
Right.
because
That sounds like that to me sounds like somebody who either came from money or built themselves up and lived in such a money world that any kind of drop would be, oh, excuse me, life ending.
yeah,
But, middle class and if there is one anymore, I don't wanna get political, but middle class and poor
tell me about it.
people, if there's anything that's great about them is that they're great at being middle class and poor, and we can bounce back and forth.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all of a sudden, like, for a couple years, you may get, a pay raise or whatever, and all of a sudden, your class
Well,
kind of
yeah, because
goes
we've been
up.
through it. We've been
Yeah,
through it. So it's no shame in us going back to where we started. So
right?
hey,
And and if
we
you
dealt with it.
and if you win the lottery, like, you have a great fucking time, and then you're like, "Oh, I lost it all, but, yeah, I've been here before."
Yeah, and I'm back. And I'm back in the apartment,
Right?
driving the
Yeah.
hoop.
Yeah, I got my bus pass, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but I don't think there would be because, I mean, this is America. I don't know if they were
Yeah.
American, but you just claim bankruptcy. You claim bankruptcy, and
No, I think he
as
was
long as you're
UK. I
showing
think he
that.
was British. I think he was British. He was
Oh,
British.
okay. Yeah, they got
So
different rules.
they may have different standards, but um, I mean, I'm not trying to play sides or anything, but I think it's a lot harder. And you may agree or disagree with this, but I think it's a lot harder for a person of wealth to lose money than like you said, a middle class or poor person to lose money, because it's to them it's more devastating. It's more impactful because, you know, one, they're trying to keep up that persona of being wealthy, their friends, family, things like that. And for us, our middle class or poor, you just lose money. That
Yeah.
money, you know what I mean? So it's no big
Yeah,
deal.
it's
We're
like
used to it.
if you if you find $100 on your way into a gas station, like $100 cash, like, I don't know, like a rich people stay rich because they don't spend their money. That's how they stay rich. But somebody like me, and, because I'm not rich, like, I find $100 walking into that gas station, I might just put that on a whole bunch of lotto cards. 'Cause, like, fuck it, it's not
Yeah,
my money,
I'm not
why
losing
not
anything, so might as well try to win something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I totally get it. I totally
when
get it.
when I could actually make money off that money, but I
Yeah.
choose not to, fuck it, because I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable where I'm at, so but this guy, he lived adjacent, like, an attic, like Anne Frank, next to his fucking wife, for
This
however
Darwin?
ma
This
yeah,
Darwin
yeah,
guy?
the Darwin guy, yeah, for however like, 5 years, and
Mm.
then I guess decided they were gonna take a trip, but I I thought about that for a second because I make a joke with the wife because, I'm retired. and she's the one working. I was like, if I just fucking died one day, I was like, "Just bury me. You have all my account information." No,
Yeah.
continually get my I worked hard for this, money that the government's paying me. So, it's a joke, but it because I pretty much just sit here all day anyway in a fucking house, like, I take care of dogs and I watch Netflix. If I disappeared from social media, nobody would fucking understand or just be like,
Mhm.
"Eh." They wouldn't question it. They're like, "Johnny's taking a sabbatical because he found he found whiskey again, so he doesn't wanna fucking lose all his friends and family like he did before."
Yeah. Taking a tour of what do you call it?
Yeah. I was like, "Honey, you could work it for, like, probably 10 years before somebody comes by asking about where the fuck I am." So
Um, just tell her to say, "Oh, he's walking the dogs."
Mm, right? And just show photos of the dogs and the couches, and everyone would believe it's still alive.
Yeah, who's gonna question that?
Yeah. Just throw an occasional croc, in the photo.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's Johnny. Yeah.
mhm.
So moving on from that spectacular guy. Sorry, I gotta go through my other photos. Dude, check this guy out. This is our last topic, if you don't mind. This guy, this is a son of a bitch. This guy loved his family. His name was John Ruffo, and he was a US bank fraud figure who became a fugitive in 1998 after being convicted in a massive scheme that defrauded banks of about $350 million. He frauded banks of 350 million. Hi. Excuse me. In his fraud case, he was allowed to self-report to prison. Allowed to self-report to prison in
Yeah.
1998, and that
Just
was
come
the
on
mo
when you're ready. Just come on in when you're ready.
Dude, it's like the movie, what is it, what is that, 25th Hour? When when you post bail, it happens a lot, like,
I'm sure.
it yeah, but
Well,
this guy
with wealthy people, it does.
true, like, yeah, if you can afford bail and
Yeah.
but, I
Yeah.
mean, why the fuck would you let this guy go? He stole $350 million and was, allowed to self-report, and at the moment he vanished. His $10 million bail, he had a $10 million bail, was secured by 6 family houses. When he disappeared, the government seized them. Yeah. So, his family, he set them up, and the government seized their houses and made them houseless. Mind you, he probably paid for these houses, but yeah,
Wow, I've
he's
never heard of this guy.
yeah, he was allowed to self-report to a federal prison, but did not show up to begin his sentence. The US Marshals say he failed to serve a 17-year federal term after being released on a $10 million bond. He was
Mhm.
last seen on November 9th, 1998 after withdrawing cash from an ATM. Wait, 17-year federal term? He probably would have done 8, you know, and depending on who the next president. Wait, that was Bush, and then yeah, and he bounced? Fucking A, he threw his family and the entire under the bus, and he still paid I mean, he paid $10 million on the bond and then bounced, but he stole 350 million. So,
You,
I don't know, man. What do you think?
are you familiar with Duncan, Oklahoma?
D no. I mean, I've heard of it.
I'm just reading it, and it says he was cited in 2001, apparently visiting several community banks in an attempt to open accounts so he could receive the 250 million from wire transfers. And then I see another one that's saying that I guess Ruffles' cousin thought she spotted him in the stands of the Dodger Stadium. watching a Dodgers game in August of 2016.
I mean, if you look at him, he fits right in.
No, he froze. It
He
says he
he
froze the
looks
screen. He froze the screen and got into police. Hey, look at my cousin. Look at my cousin. I got him right here.
it's
Oh,
some random fucking Dodgers Mexican, like, looking Hispanic, I'm sorry to say Mexican, but, like, because this guy looks he looks Hispanic. He's got a
well,
receding
he is
hairline.
He's Italian. He's Italian, but it's just
Well,
funny that he
okay, so he's European Hispanic, so not the Spain. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
crazy.
So
But I mean, I can't.
they
I mean, can you imagine just sitting there and knowing that your cousin is like a felon and running from the police, and all of a sudden you're watching a baseball game? It's like, oh my gosh, there he is on TV.
it's it's like, what is that movie with, Jim Belushi where he escapes prison and goes to a Cubs game and, like, catches a home run ball? Uh, fuck, man, what is the name of the movie? Taking Care of Business.
Oh,
That's what it is.
see, I was thinking more of Ferris Bueller when they're in the game. You know, they're on TV and it's like, you know,
Cub
the principal.
Why is it always the Cubs? Why don't fuck you, John Hughes. Fuck you, dude, when if you're gonna film Chicago fucking baseball,
Hey, he must be a Cubs fan.
show White Sox, dude, like, the only White Sox movies there are is just them about cheating back in the fucking '20s. So, that's bullshit. And that one with Kevin Costner where they come out of the cornfields and have a fucking orgy. I don't know. Uh, that shit. Field of Dreams is a field of bullshit. All right, moving on. Dude, okay. So if you had that much money and you disappeared, where would you go? Where are you going?
Um, I would probably go to like an island somewhere and just like literally disappear. So I mean, I may contact a few people just to let them know where I am, but I would if it was that significant amount of money, I just wouldn't want to be bothered anymore. I would just want to, you know, live off the land and
Right, like, say
you
you won it, not that you stole it, so you don't have to go anywhere that doesn't
right,
have a
right, yeah,
non-extradition.
yeah,
Okay.
because yeah,
So
I'm
you
not
wanna
going to
go
jail. I'm
tropic.
not going to self-report, Johnny. Yeah,
Of course.
believe that.
Yeah.
I'm not self-reporting. But no, I mean, if I won it like in the lottery or something like that, but I would think about buying maybe like an island and just living off the island.
Yeah.
Maybe not the whole time,
Yeah,
you know, still
buying an island right now is kinda
I know, I don't even I mean, I would want a place with a lot of land, you know, where it's just kind of isolated and, you know, you don't know
and warm.
you almost have to drive your car to get your mail, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of situation, so acres of land, and, you know, I you never know with those people, you know, you know, they follow people that win stuff and, you know, they chase them, harass them, and, yeah, I mean, it's
Dude,
crazy, so
there've
I would
been
try to stay low key.
there've been, stories of, like, people that I think have been murdered and whatnot from even family members because they won the lottery and
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times it's not like a significant amount that would change things. I mean, it's a
right?
lot, you know, it's like 200,000.
And
You're
a and
killing your grandma, it's like, "What the hell?"
and a lotta a lot of lottery winners, that's a hard thing to say when you're 7 beers
Mhm.
deep, um, usually go back, like we were saying, they go back to being where they were before
Yeah,
they won because
yeah,
just go spend it, dude, why not?
yeah,
Go enjoy the
yeah,
life that you wanted to live,
for
and
real,
then
I
because you're
mean
comfortable dude, to tell you the truth, Like, if I was in a fucking mansion, I would be losing my fucking mind. My my I don't even wanna call it OCD or ADA, I don't wanna call it that, but I wanna sweep and clean and this, that, and the other thing. If I had a house any larger than what I'm in right now, it would be fucking nuts. And plus,
Yeah.
I can't hire someone to come in and clean it because then I got fucking strangers in my house, and that shit ain't
Yeah.
happening either, so
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
comfortable
I
where
mean,
I'm at.
I'm totally, I agree with you on that. I mean, I wouldn't want like an extravagant mansion or something, especially
I would
if I'm
throw parties.
trying to isolate myself or not maybe isolate myself, but just trying to, stay low key or, be out of the main, you know, people seeing me and stuff. I
Yeah.
would just have a, decent house, where it's manageable and,
Yeah,
but the land,
you get a
I would have the land. I would have the land. So,
you get a summer home, you get a winter home, and then you just fucking rent yachts and party with your friends. That's what I would do.
boats and hoes, baby.
Yeah, boats and hoes. Well, KJ, thank you so much for doing this again, man. And one after another. It's been great. And dude, I can't wait to do this again. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
some yeah, thank you so much. And I don't know how to fucking end a podcast. I love you, bro. We'll
I
talk
love
to you
you too,
again
man.
soon.
All right.
Don't
Take
go
care.
anywhere.
All right.